Let me show you one more way to do this. Go into Chapter 6 here and open up this one right here. Let's go ahead and just move into Layers. So we have an image. We're in the Expert mode, and we have been working with effects and graphics. But for the most part, you click a button, you like it or you don't like it, or you work in layers and all that other stuff I talked about to fix it. There is another way to do this, and you get a whole lot of control. If you go up to the word Filter on the pull-down menu, you get all these different filters. Now, the cool thing about them is most of the stuff that's being used by what we've already done, clicking and doing all that stuff, it's utilizing these filters. But if we choose these filters, not only do we get those effects, but we get more control over them by doing it this way. Now, my favorite way to attack a problem like this is to go into Filter Gallery. Now, the gallery gives you access to most of your filters, but it also allows you to control and even add multiple filters. That's the cool thing. Now, on the left is the image. We can control its size down here, just like any other frame. Over here in the middle are all your options. Like, for example, we could go into Artistic and try something like an artistic, a cutout. I like cutout in a lot of ways. It's kind of like playing with sheets of acetate that are colored and then laying them on top. But we can change the number of levels, get a little bit more detail into it. We can change simplicity. We can go this way, or we can go this way with it. Or we don't want that one at all, so we go to something else, like Fresco. That's kind of neat. But what about adding? You see, the cool thing here is all of these now have controls over here that we can use and adjust to exactly the way we want them to be. Now, years ago, before Filter Gallery came out, if we wanted to, say, apply multiple filters to one image, we'd have to apply a filter, okay it, look at it, go back, do another one, on and on. And that's not necessarily horrible, but it was a lot of time, and sometimes you didn't like what you were doing. Here we have control. The Filter Gallery allows me to add additional filters right here. So you say, well, I like Smudge Stick, and I like Poster Edge, or Rough Pastels, or whatever. And I wonder what it would be like if we used both of them, or say Film Grain. Come down here, there's Film Grain. Click the new button right here. You now have two film grains. Choose the one that you want to change, and then click the one you want to change it to. And you've got all the control in the world. You're doing multiple applications of filters all at the same time. Anytime you want to see what it looks like with one or without one, you can turn it off down here. You can also see what they look like if you put them into a different stacking order, and it does impact what they look like. I'm not sure about this one, but if we move it underneath, it does change it. Now, you also have brush strokes. You have distort, sketch. Here's our sketch. How about if we change neon glow to a charcoal sketch? Now, we could turn off film grain, kind of see what it looks like without that. And I'm saying, well, I don't know, I like that, but it's real light. Well, you've got controls up here. You can change what you see. How about giving it maybe a little bit more on the light-dark balance? Or you could try one of the others like Graphic Pen. That's kind of a fun one. You can have as many of these basically as you want, adding them in or taking them out by clicking Delete right here. And if you feel like you like what you see, click OK. And there you go. Now, it doesn't create an additional layer. It does actually manipulate the image in the layer that you've chosen, and it gives you the final result. So again, we could make copies, and then we could use things like blending modes to actually change the image from that point forward. So we have layers, effects, graphics, basically all designed again to bring attention to something that we're doing. Let's go ahead and close out of here and get back to the safety and comfort of the organizer. There you go.